far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Now Cunningham. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here's Williams on first and 10. Pressure comes and down he goes. Coming up now on a second and 15 following that sack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Looking to throw. Williams. He finds his man complete. It's done. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. That third down conversion good for 23. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First carry for the Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. They'll run it again with Smith. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Inside handoff, Smith. And he'll get about 5 here, so take this down inside the 20-yard line. Now second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now left side on the swing pass. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come up now, third and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. So on now is the punter, Pat McAfee, to kick this one away. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Williams loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Cunningham steps away to his left. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A play fake, now Cunningham. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Here's 3rd and 10. Cunningham. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So able to force the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw. Williams. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. McCaffrey running up the middle. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. Touchdown, Titans. Justin Jefferson, 37 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's Cunningham from the gun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Charles Tillman. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Williams throwing to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
14-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dante Whitner. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Cunningham. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Cunningham. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
On the move to his left. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Back to throw. Williams dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Williams. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Final minute now in the third quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This 2nd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got Smith here. Touchdown, Jaguars! Emmitt Smith, 32 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Here's Cunningham. And this one too low.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On 1st and 10, Cunningham escaping the pressure right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. T.Y. McGill able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around this sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do. The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, You better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On third down, Henry. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll run it again with Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Inside handoff, Henry. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?